In today's video I'll show you how to make delicious lemon cake. It's nice and moist and you can make it really quickly in only a few ingredients. So perfect for when your friends visit. So let's get started. In terms of ingredients, we'll need 225 grams of unsalted butter. We'll also need 225 grams of caster sugar. Caster sugar is the same as granulated, but it's a bit finer than granulated sugar. It doesn't have big bits. So for a cake, you don't want to taste that sugar. You want it nicely. Basically, that's why we're going for caster sugar. That's what it is. It's just finer than granulated sugar. We'll need 4 large eggs. The size of the eggs are really important, so you want large eggs and 4 of them. We'll also need 225 grams of self-raising flour. It's really important. We need to go for self-raising flour. And then we'll need 2 lemons. We'll need 1 lemon zest for a cake. And then we'll need a juice from 1.5 lemons for the drizzle to go on the top of the cake. So that's all we need. On top of those ingredients, we will need also icing sugar, again for a lemon drizzle to go on the top of the cake. And that's all you need. That's all the ingredients you need to make this cake. That's all the ingredients we need to make a lemon cake. Very simple ingredients, as you can see in here. But first we're gonna start with preheating our oven. Of course, everyone gonna have different oven, so we want a 360 Fahrenheit, which is 160 fan oven. We're gonna preheat it and let's get started. So in the meantime, we're gonna prepare our cake pan. So I've got one of those loaf pans, very cheap from us, the non-stick, the best. We'll put some paper, baking paper, but you want to put baking paper just on the bottom of it, and then we're gonna put some butter on top and on the bottom, just so it sticks nice and the cake can come out really easily. That's all we need it for. Okay, the first step we have to do is we're gonna need 225 grams of room temperature butter. It has to be room temperature because it will be better to basically mix in the mixer. It will be easier. So 225 grams of butter we're gonna mix with 225 grams of caster sugar in a mixer. The most important part is you can, if you've got time, just mix the butter on its own for a bit and then add sugar gradually. It will guarantee that 2 ingredients will combine better. If not, you don't have time, just throw some butter, throw some sugar, keep mixing, but remember, stop the mix a few times during the mixing process, and make sure with a spatula the side of the bowl, just get everything what's on the side of the bowl to the middle to make sure everything is mixed all together nicely. That's what you have to do. So let's get started. Butter, it's better to cut it with a knife in small pieces so the mixer can, you know, mix it and combine with sugar better. Just gonna make it everything quick and easy. We've got exactly 225 grams of butter, unsalted butter. We're gonna mix it in the mixer first. We want to stop the mixer and a few times make sure with a silicone spatula that we're gonna grab everything from the sides and push it to the middle of the mixer to make sure it's all nicely combined. In the meantime, we want to get 1 lemon zest, because that we'll need it for a cake. We're gonna use this side and just a zest. Make sure you don't go too deep into lemon to the white bit. You just want a lemon zest, so it's this nice tangy taste of lemons in the cake, natural one. I got from 1 lemon, and now we're gonna mix it with sugar and butter and mix it. You want this nice and fluffy before adding lemon zest. Okay, now time for eggs, large eggs as I mentioned before. What we want to do is always get a little bowl and beat the egg one at a time to make sure there's no bits. And then once we've got 4 eggs, we want to add it to our cake mixture one at a time. So we're gonna add 1, mix it, add another one, mix it, another one, another one. That will make sure, this way we'll make sure the cake is nice. You can see here I put 2 eggs in here, and I can see in here bits. So we want to get rid of it. You don't want to be eating that and have it in a cake, or your guests to eat it, you know? So it's safer to do it that way. Do is measure 225 grams of flour and pre-sift it, so it's going to be nice and fluffy cake. Now, spoon after spoon, we're going to be adding our flour to the rest of the cake. Okay, now our cake butter, we're going to take it out to the cake tin, and we're going to bake it for about 45-15 minutes. Of course, when we take it out, check with a skewer if it's cooked through. And if the skewer is wet, obviously you need to cook a bit longer. If it's dry completely, that means it's ready. It will burn the cake a little bit. Don't worry about it, because we're gonna put icing on top, so no one even gonna notice. So don't worry too much if you make any mistakes. This is how our butter looks like, cake butter. It should be nice and smooth. No big bits. So we have tried to level it up a bit, and we're gonna put it in the oven. Okay, I have baked it extra 15 minutes, and now we're just gonna do the lemon drizzle on top. So we're gonna cool it down a little bit, not too much, and we're gonna get lemon drizzle on top. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a juice from 1.5 lemon, and we're gonna mix it with powdered sugar, and we're gonna put it on top. But first we're gonna make some holes with a knife, just feel around the cake, and it's still really hot, and then we'll let it cool a little bit, and then we're gonna put the lemon drizzle on top. It's gonna be delicious. We're gonna squeeze the lemon juice from 1.5 lemons in one of those. Really practical and doesn't take much space in your kitchen. To this, we're gonna add 85 grams of powdered sugar. We're gonna mix it and drizzle up. How good the cake turned out. It came out perfectly, just because we had paper on the bottom only. our lemon cake. As you can see here, it's nice and moist. It's not dry at all. It's perfect for a coffee and anyone who loves lemon cake. It's perfection. Nice and moist.